We've been doing a lot of coverage of this Texas GOP convention that occurred over the weekend. Just coincidentally, a lot of wild stuff happened at it. And one of those things was the organization of gay Republicans called the Log Cabin Republicans got banned from having a booth at the convention. So they were no longer allowed to show up at as an organization. Obviously, I'm sure individuals could have still gone, but because they represented a gay representation organization, they were not allowed to set up their normal booth. A group of Texas Republicans who represent conservatives in the LGBTQ community said they were denied the ability to set up a booth at the Texas Republican Party convention. The Log Cabin Republicans of Fort Worth, a chapter of the National Log Cabin Republicans organization, said they were not allowed to set up a booth at the convention, which took place in Houston over the weekend and featured several Republican organizations and vendors. The Fort Worth Star-Telegram reported. The move prompted a comment from the National Log Cabin Republicans, whose president called the decision narrow-minded. It's clear that inclusion wins, which makes the Texas Republican Party leadership's decision to exclude the Texas Log Cabin Republicans from their convention not just narrow-minded, but politically short-sighted, President Charles Moran said in a statement citing former President Donald Trump's support of the LGBTQ Republicans. So that Charles, his name is Moran. I just want to say moron. Moran is correct that this is narrow-minded and short-sighted by the Republican Party. But it bothers me because even though in this situation, I don't at all think that his organization should have been banned from participating in that event, he should have known that that's the party he's been supporting for all of these years. He and his organization do this shameful thing where they give legitimacy to the outrageous claims that the right makes about the LGBTQ community. They bolster it by also reciprocating those claims, but I'm an LGBTQ person, so I can get away with it, is what they do. And it's like, you should have known that the party you're standing behind, the party that you advocate on behalf of, does not stand for a world where you are included. And you should have expected this to happen eventually. You spew these lies and hate about the community that you're a part of, eventually they're going to come for you too. And it's just super fascinating. I guess to give some leeway to the organization, because gay marriage was legalized, there was this little moment, if y'all remember, where it seemed like maybe the Republican Party was going to talk less about the LGBTQ type stuff and pretend to be a little bit inclusive. If you remember, Trump literally said multiple times that he was a pro-gay president or whatever. Maybe not pro-gay, but an ally of the community. But then somewhat recently, they just turned the dial back to 11 and are focusing all of their hatred on LGBTQ Americans. So while the party shouldn't exclude this group, of course, from being a part of their conventions, a part of their party, the Log Cabin Republicans shouldn't have been supporting this party for all of these years. And this is the chickens coming home to roost, unfortunately. You can't join a party that is actively working to erase your existence and then claiming your existence is bad and wrong and then making your existence the center point of their hateful platform and then be surprised whenever they turn their backs on you. If you want to hear more of what I have to say on issues like this, don't forget to go subscribe to my YouTube channel where I drop videos daily. You can find that by going to Luke Beasley on YouTube, or if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to the podcast, there will be a link in the description you can click and it'll take you to my channel. You can also listen to my show as a podcast on any podcast listening platform. We'll be right back.